Because it's super fucking easy to die, and if you are doing any percent and you die, that actually creates massive fucking problems. Because you need to spend your resource to be able to continue, and you need to use that resource to buy stuff for the run. So in terms of actually finishing an any percent run, if you end up in a position where you just start taking a bunch of back-to-back deaths, that actually really impacts your ability to finish the run. If that goes badly enough, it can make the run virtually unfinishable, because it alters what you're able to buy later in the run. And there's a certain amount of buying you need to do. That it really lessens off the impact of that once you get deep enough into the run, and once you start resetting the system clock so you can get interest. But for a portion of the run, it's a very big deal to take any accidental deaths. Okay, text speed. Yo, Zach! What is going on, dude? Welcome, welcome. Are you familiar with this game? And if not, boy, is this a treat. I will be... Come on, dude. I'll be running this game next Monday for ESA Marathon, European Speedrunner Assembly, in Sweden, to raise money for... I've got to refresh myself on this. It's not for Alzheimerfonden. ESA Summer is for Alzheimerfonden, but ESA Winter is for Make-A-Wish Foundation. I've got to remember that. I'll be pretty embarrassed if I'm on the stream and say, please donate to charity that's wrong, charity that we're not currently raising money for. That'll be pretty embarrassing. Almost as embarrassing as the time when I was at an old ESA and I said, welcome to SGDQ. That was pretty embarrassing. Anyway, how have you been, sir? These sunglasses, by the way, these are not for show. This is, so I'm playing Boktai. This is the GBA game series with the solar panels in the GBA cartridge, if you're familiar with it, and I'm using a UV flashlight to spoof the solar panel, because the solar panel it's a photon semiconductor diode which detects a certain wavelength of UV radiation, and it just so happens that roughly 400 nanometer black lights is roughly what natural sunlight is, and that works with the solar sensor. So you don't actually have to be outdoors to play this game. You can also use a plasma glow, but that involves borderline running a direct current to the cartridge, which is not exactly safe, so I wouldn't recommend that. I did lose weight, yes. I started running in May, so 10 months ago now basically, and I've lost about 50 pounds since it started. I was 222 when I started, when I weighed myself and started making an effort, and I'm currently just under 175. So that's the second rockstar comparison that I've had, because Guthrie Govan I will certainly take, and my boy Sonikustar in the chat earlier said that the sunglasses made me look like Axl Rose. I was like, Sonikustar, shut the fuck up, dude.
Hey, mate,
Split.
Mate,
There we go.
have you got 20p, mate? Just check, mate.
I'll take Guthrie Govan, and I'll tolerate Axl Rose. I'll tolerate that comparison. I'll take Michael Ackerfeld as well, for sure. And then, of course, there's the super easy and lazy comparison that people can make. Oh, you look like Jesus. Yeah, definitely haven't heard that one before. Very, very funny, very original. Well done. You exercise a lot of creativity for that one. Yeah, I know them. I know that your own getting in shape process has been going on longer than mine. How's yours gone over the time span? like, what's your progress so far? Got a bunch of cutscenes. Also, just going to be upfront with, if you are, like, watching this game progress and if you get any, like, ideas of, huh, this kind of reminds me of Metal Gear Solid, that's because Hideo Kojima was directly involved with this series. He didn't work on this game. He did develop Boktai 1. He didn't develop Boktai 2 specifically, but obviously this game has his fingerprints all over it since the first game in the series was directly developed by him. Oh yeah, I do remember that. So how is, insofar as obviously you feel comfortable like talking about stuff, like how have things been on that front? I mean, I do have a guitar in the cupboard just to the left of Bobby. It's a piece of shit, and the strings haven't been changed for years at this point, and are probably rusty. But there is a guitar in there. There's also a bass in there. There's a keyboard behind me, which is not directly visible on the webcam right now. But if I got up and cleared the view, it might be visible. TLDR, I actually have a fair few instruments in the room. Okay, this school is surprisingly easy to fuck up, so I'm just gonna focus here. There we go. That's actually pretty precise to get the positioning right, to do the movement there,
Hey, mate,
and get in
mate,
position to get the kill.
Mate, have you got 20p, mate? Big shot, mate.
No bat interference, that's really nice. Stuff points, good menuing. Good position, good sunlight, this is just a good start overall. So I'm now that the sun sensor is on, I'm actively using the UV flashlight on the GBA cartridge to light up the solar sensor. And I'm using, since it is like a source of UV radiation just constantly going off in my room, I am using multiple safety measures right now. As you can see, I'm wearing these sunglasses to hopefully protect my retinas from any UV reflections. I'm wearing sunscreen on my hands. I'm wearing a long sleeve black hoodie to protect my forearms more. And I have the lid of the DS tilted down, since I'm not actually looking at the DS, so that it's physically reflecting the UV reflections, not like up into the room and towards me, but like back towards the desk. Oh man, dude. Like, right out of one issue and then like, straight back into another. That sounds very low on fluids as well, yeah. Because you're normally, I know you must be, like, since we're both, you know, like, voice students, you must be, like, very diligent about water intake, right? I imagine you drink a lot of water in your daily life. Lamp can go off now. Oh, so I suppose it must have just more been like your body just like started like, you know, hyper spending water to fight stuff, and then you just weren't like sufficiently replenishing it, I guess. Fucking Jesus Christ, this bat caused the worst possible mistake there. How do I fix... I mean, at this point I think this is unchanged, except I just have to take a life refill when I have to turn the energy refill in the cathedral into a hybrid refill at this point. I just can't get hit now. Wow, that's kind of scary, dude, honestly. I'm really glad then that it wasn't anything, you know, more sinister than that. Because as bad as that is, like, you know, it's at least treatable. Okay, so just don't get hit in the next trap, which is standard. Some enemy locations are random on Phobic, specifically like the bats that are on the walls. Those are random, and that's what fucked me up there. The ghoul positions, like the main enemies that patrol around the room, their positions are not random. But like bats that can just be on the walls, those are random. And that the randomness of the positioning directly contributed to that. I don't know how I missed the second bat. Like, I played like I was expecting to hit the bat and the ghoul in the same swing, and I didn't. And then the bat attacked me, and then it was just flying around and causing issues while the ghoul was attacking me, and it was just like, that almost snowballed into a full death there. Because I'm also playing with no armor right now. Like, this follows the, like, you know, the Dark Souls model of you can wear heavier armor to take less damage, but that comes at the cost of moving slower. So, like, as soon as you pick up the first optional armor, you take off your basic armor so that you're wearing no armor to increase your movement speed, and you spend most of the entire game without any armor.
No, I'm not, loaded, Ken! I'm not!
Which means, like, even from early game, you take pretty heavy damage from a lot of sources, and by the time you're getting to late game, most stuff will, like, kill you in one hit if you, like, make a mistake and get hit by something. That's also a terrible mistake I just made. I don't quite know how I hit all 3 blocks from there, but I shouldn't have done the second hit when I saw that. Yeah, I don't know how I hit the block on the left. So, like, yeah, in between what I said about, like, you can't afford, in a literal sense, to die in this game because you need to spend your currency to continue, and, like, you need that for buying stuff for the route. Between that and it's extremely easy to die in late game, any percent for this game is a very difficult run. Like, this is just a very hard run in the sense that, like, a lot of execution mistakes and a lot of speed games, it's like, you know, oh no, I lost time, and now I'm not gonna PB anymore, but there's most of those mistakes in this game is, oh no, I made a mistake, and now I can't finish the run. So it's like, if you're in a marathon run position, it's like, well, you've got to play really safe or be really confident in your ability to execute, or you may end up in a position where you've just got to mercy kill the run. Oops. Alright, there we go. So that could be a good pickup. That has a 1% chance to be what I need. Oh my god, it is! Oh. That just made up for every mistake that I've made. That Gladius drop is roughly a 1% chance, and that removes the RNG variable of blacksmithing. I'm now guaranteed to get a good blacksmithing result. Holy shit, dude. That's really good. I'm fucking stoked. Like, I'm not so happy that, again, this run has a super obvious and avoidable execution error that cost me a fair bit of time, but I will not complain about the RNG I've been given so far. However, I'm looking at another third visit red orb, which is not a good sign. So you go through that room with all the skylights 3 times, and there is a random pickup in one of those spots that I need to progress, and I'm just putting off getting it. Like, as I'm going through the room, I'm checking all the possible positions, but it's hard to eyeball. And I'm going to go back inside after this, and it's going to be the last time I go through that room, so I can't leave the room until I have the item that I'm looking for. That doesn't save any time. What it does is it prevents me from having a 79% chance to lose 50 seconds on blacksmithing. When you do the blacksmithing split and forge the new weapon, if you just forge the standard weapons, the standard materials that you expect to have, you can get one of 2 weapons, and the good weapon is a 21% chance. But from getting that sword drop and being able to use that as a crafting material, that removes the RNG element. There will be, we just haven't put a ton of time into RNG minute setups for this game yet. But yes, there will be a way to get a Gladius to drop every time. Like when you need it. We just do not know what it is yet. And yeah, in this room I go very much out of my way to avoid taking damage on enemies. Because getting poisoned by the green spider especially, poison hits pretty hard to begin with, and it sticks around for a long time. Like, if you are, like, anywhere near low health when you get poisoned, you need to use a health pickup, or the poison will just kill you. So, overall, this is not the most auspicious start. I'm likely to enter the boss fight about 20 seconds behind at this point, but I will not have the RNG factor that is the normal run killer straight after, which is sick. It also reduces the number of pickups I'm going to need to get as I'm exiting the cathedral, and I know which of the 3 chests is the one that I need. Sadly, it's the one that's furthest away, but, you know, what can you do? But yeah, I need to use the Gladius and the dull knife to craft the short sword, and yeah, the dull knife is in the furthest away chest to pick up in the treasure room. So I might actually get a gold split on Purify Danae. It doesn't take much time to pick up chests, but time is time. And considering it's the split where I have a temporary movement speed buff as well, that's compound time save. Because then I'm going to have more time with the movement speed buff. I believe, anyway. I don't know if the timer for that actually stops while you're in the middle of using an item. It might. I don't know. Or picking up a chest, rather. Okay, this is borderline, like I could... If I wanted to be super risky, I could probably get away with taking that health into the boss, but I don't want to potentially waste this opportunity. Like, if I first run getting a random Gladius drop, if I died in the boss fight because I just didn't health refill, I would never forgive myself. That would be, like, beyond the dumbest fucking mistake to make for the sake of saving a couple of seconds on not taking a refill.
You fucking lang
Okay, that was a little better than I expected. I thought that I would be like pretty much dead on 20 seconds behind coming into this, but slightly better than that. But this is still on, for sure. Dickhead. That is such a fucking pain in the ass. That was on course to be a pretty good fight, but then the fucking larvae at random spots did end up interfering. So, not such a good fight. It's not the worst fight ever, but I mean, I need the time save.
You fucking liar, mate!
That's pretty far from ideal. Granted, I only have like a few seconds of possible time save there, but again, I really need any time save that I can get at this point. I'm looking at a pretty marginal PB at this point. And that is going to also require the desert RNG to be good. Like, if I get the worst possible tablet combination in the desert, I think this can only be, like, at best, a marginal PB. Which is not exactly what I'm looking for. Alright, so I need to remind myself, I'm only picking up the dull knife in the treasure room here. Only go for the furthest away green chest. Fuck. That's fine, but that's dumb. Yeah. Only this chest up here. Ignore the other two. I mean, I did delay the use of the second note, but that's still decent. I still would have had more or less the buff running out either as I got to the loading zone or right after getting into the loading zone. Still fine. Pretty standard purification.
Devil's fucking shit. No,
Alright.
I'm not, no, dickhead!
Do have an opportunity here. It's not amazing pace right now, but I unless some absolute freak accident happens where like it hasn't been properly documented of, well, when you use these weapons you should get the right weapon, but there's a very, very small chance that you won't. But from what I know about how the crafting system in this game works, when you use like 2 of the same weapon type of different ranks, you should get the next rank up. Like, that's how I've always known it to work. So like, I'm using a rank 1 sword and a rank 2 sword, so I should get a rank 3 sword. Whereas when you're using the other weapon types, it can be a random chance. But it shouldn't be random when you're using the same weapon type. Excuse me. Gonna need to finagle having ideally 4 sunlight here is the ideal amount to do the forge with. That's a pretty good forge as well. 23 grates. Thick. Like that.
The devil's fucking shit. No, I'm not, though, dickhead!
Like that a lot. I should objectively wait until I get into the remains to do that refill, because, like, enemies could randomly harass me there. I shouldn't leave that up to chance. So now if I spaghetti everything now, I am going to throw this all away, because the trap that I'm about to run into, I will die in 2 hits. And these things fly around randomly, and you don't have very many iframes in this game, if at all. Come on, that was not ideal to need to use that many swings, but that's fine. Pretty good screen overall, though. Almost fell off the ledge there. And there is no safety system, no grace period. If you hit the edge of a platform like that, you just fall off and die instantly. I've already said multiple times about how if this was an 80% run, that's more or less a reset at this point.
The devil's fucking shit. No, I'm not, though,
You need that resource to be able to spend on stuff, not continue because you made a stupid movement error. Alright, if these traps can go good, I would bigly appreciate it. As they say, golems have not been great today. split, not great. And now the big one. The RNG. Well, it's not strictly RNG, but it certainly feels like it since it's frame-based. We have a run. This is a real run with a real PB chance. It's fucking on now, for real. Successfully saving a few seconds there.
Devil's fucking shit.
Thank you.
No, dickhead! I'm not shit.
Thank you, fucking god, this run of all. Picking up those few seconds. Ah, come on. Silly. Come on. Off with these little movement mistakes. Don't need this now. Very nice corner flip. Doesn't exactly save me a bunch of time, but it's always satisfying to line up a piece of movement like that. Very nice corner flips again. Gonna go for the damage boost here as well. Nice. This is really fucking good. This is really good so far. It was really good before I made a menuing error. I've also been missing the quick draw on the axe here, so come on. Oh yeah, plenty of time there. Thank you.
Devil's fucking shit. No, I'm not, no, dickhead! I'm not shit, boy!
Concentrate, just don't start making stupid fucking mistakes now. Now I need the RNG to be nice. One, good. I mean, it only matters where the final one is, but... Come on. Come on. Not so lucky. Praying that I didn't miss it there. That's good. That's better than average. That is more than good enough to take. This is PB pace.
Hey, mate, have you got some, mate?
Let's fucking go, dude.
Mate.
This is it. And now I'm gonna get a third cycle on Ringo. Let's see it happen. Dumb. It's fine, but come on. Less of this. Less of these little mistakes, please. Need to take a slight refill, but I expect that at this point. Good menuing. I'm not gonna risk this. I didn't know if that amount of energy was fine for Ringo, so I'm not risking it. Come on! Buff is gonna run out like as I'm reaching the room.
Don't be fucking questions.
Couple of seconds gone, but like that's fine. I can pick up to a couple of seconds in this fight, and I can pick up a few seconds in the purification. This is still on pace to be like a good 10-second-ish PB. No bother. I just need this fight to not go horribly wrong. It hasn't gone wrong tonight yet. I don't fully understand what makes it go wrong. But if the game decides to pause a third cycle when I should get the kill on the second cycle, the run is over. And I don't fully understand what makes it happen. So I can't consistently prevent it. But it doesn't seem to be likely. So the second time that I push him into the black hole, I'm going to do 6 hits to kill him, and it's possible after the 5th hit for him to start a new attack cycle and the fight goes on. Which, if that happens, the run is over. Good.
Hey, mate, have you got some, mate? Have you got 20p, mate? Just cut, mate.
Should be able to get a 10-second PB here now. The only two things that can realistically go wrong at this point is the bats on the way back harassing Sabata so badly that I'd lose all the time, which is not likely. And I can fuck up the purification. I do need to, like, fucking focus during the purification. 7th step. Hold down left. Now this buff will last all the way back to town. Right, so on the next screen, the bats' positions are random, and if they're in range to attack when I enter the screen, this could be bad. It fucking happened on the one run where I had a chance, but it wasn't the worst, but I'm also losing buff time. Not ideal. I should still pick up a couple of seconds on this split if I don't make mistakes during the purification. This still is like, this is still on pace to be a small PB. Right, here we go. If he goes down, fire him sideways. I fucked this up. Still a small PB, but that was a mistake. I'll take it though. I will take it. And this was gonna be the last run of the session, so that's nice at least. That's nice that I did manage to get something.